What is PC but a verbal form of gentrification? Spruce everything up, get rid of all the ugliness in order to create a false sense of paradise, 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 paradise.
Hello, and welcome back to Talk to Me. Today we continue on Talk to Me in our series that we've been doing all this year. One of my favorite subjects is the human soul. One of my favorite things to talk about when I'm just sitting around hanging out with my friends is that mystical part of you and me that makes us who we are and transcend even what science can tell us, because what I know for sure, we are more than our bodies. If you have tuned into our television show, in the last few months, you've likely heard me talk about what has, I would have to say at this point, I think has become a global phenomenon. A lot of people have been talking about the universal law of attraction. And it's been packaged very well, I think, in a new marketing form, because the truth is there have been world philosophers for years who talked about the idea that we are more than our bodies and there's more to our lives than what we can actually see, and that really that what we are here is really an illusionary plane. Now everybody's calling that the secret. The secret is, in fact, a universal law. I'm really, as I've said on my show, very excited because for years, for me, the real purpose of the Oprah Winfrey Show, when I first figured out that I'd been given this opportunity to speak in people's homes every day, and that would...
Enough! Enough. Aloha. Today I just wanted to reiterate the last few videos by showing those images in the beginning of this video and adding to the perspective of how humanity, like children, are programmed. Like, you have to learn hatred and racism and all that shit from some kind of source, and that source, it has some sort of authority over you, so you believe in that source of authority and you make that your reality. That source of authority that boot that we are underneath today is just connect everything that has authority to it and understand that it's not for the benefit of humanity when the desire is to control and maintain haves and have-nots. So it's really just about figuring out what systems are connected to those systems of control on a conscious, subconscious, spiritual warfare, psychological warfare, and a physical warfare level. What systems are connected to that program in any kind of way, and then walk backwards from there, just piecing it together. Obviously, you have the government, the public education system, the university system, the evolutionism, scientism, the heliocentric model, NASA, SpaceX, CERN, transhumanism, technology, all of this stuff that's built on the broken foundations of the colonial universe are designed to keep people separated from nature. And which is why I keep saying is why they label the indigenous and aboriginal people primitive and savage, and cannot look any further than what the university system has deemed as your history, your perspectives that need to be focused upon in order to innovate for the future of human evolution, from monkeys, from dinosaurs, from stardust to monkeys, or from stardust to dinosaurs to monkeys, to the Commodore computer, to an iPhone 7, to the new style of human, whatever the hell it is. It's just a commercial. Everything in this system is about commercializing your reality, turning you into a synthetic organism, removing the spirit, removing nature, and turning you into a synthetic organism. And they will do it in any way possible. The last video when I was talking about channelers is an obvious understanding of, now even more so since I've been speaking on the fact that these channelers are releasing 99% of this information that could be wonderful for you. But what's that little edge, that little remaining factor that they don't go into? What is that? What is the purpose of not speaking on those issues, on those perspectives outside of the so-called New Age world? That's the most critical point of, and in total of the entire engagement, and it actually reveals the intention of why those systems are in place. And somebody asked me in the comment section about The Secret. I have spoken on The Secret in other New Age videos. I just put together another playlist on this channel called something like Synthetic Spirituality, Aliens, ETs, New Age, channelers, and etc. Something like that. Just talking about what the videos that I put together that were talking about this artificial awakening, this orchestrated awakening. And in the earliest videos I mentioned Oprah's engagement and Cryon's engagement, speaking at the United Nations, and Oprah having Eckhart Tolle, Deepak Chopra, Abraham Hicks on her show, and so on and so forth, knowing that she's still pushing. She's like the face of the synthetic spiritual awakening, this commercial awakening, the Monsanto. It's like when they put natural on food in packages to make you believe that it's supposed to be good for you just because they said natural, and it won't even be organic. It'll still be genetically modified, but since they labeled it natural, it's supposed to be good for you. That's what this synthetic, the secret mentality is. So it's kind of like this fake Illuminati revealing. So this is why there's so much focus on the Illuminati and all that world, so-called conspiracy world, when because it's easy for people to digest. We've been desensitized and conditioned and programmed with all these horror films and Hollywood and TV shows and all this other stuff. They have to package it in some kind of lunchable format for you to eat it up. And these actors are out there doing the same thing that channelers are doing. Actors put out a channel. Each actor themselves is a channel. Hollywood is a channel, and it puts out a wave of self-destructive, insecure, separating from nature energies and focusing you on the world of density overall. It's ridiculous. But this is the design. This is the design of actors, of Hollywood, of the university system. Just as much as the public education system is designed to dumb you down, Hollywood dumbs you down with so-called entertainment. Actors, late night talk shows, they dumb you down with distraction. And they also program you to believe in the system as if it's something for you. And this is how channelers work with the so-called New Age community. And this is how when they merge those two together, because science was the religion and still is the religion. of that synthetic universe. Now, since the level of consciousness is being raised naturally, the control grid has to adjust to the level of consciousness of the people. So you can't sell like that empty world of the scientism, atheism world to people who are genuinely knowing with their essence the connection to ultimately the Most High, but something more than the spirit, the soul, the essence. So what they do is they package it in this pretty little network, the O network or O magazine, and they gotta sell that shit to you and say, well, this is what it's all about. It's about the secret. And they're selling you 99% of humanity, which is garbage. I don't give a shit what, if it's not allowing you to be on your own journey and unveil yourself to the umpteenth degree outside of the synthetic version of reality, then it's actually working against you. If they don't allow you to do that, if they need you to, if they want to commercialize it and monetize the soul, then something's fucked up. And this is exactly what that system is doing, because it's lost control and it's losing more control as people, I don't like using the word wake up, but that's really what it is. It's waking up, but it's not really waking up. You can use that term because how I see it is that everybody's on their journey. Everybody's on a journey. And like Alan Watts said in one of his talks, these people just like me personally, I could speak like this too, because I literally went into the military to defend this system when I was 17 years old. I had no idea what the world was about, or connection with my soul or spirit or anything like this, or even knowing anything about politics or the military industrial complex. I didn't know any of that shit. It was just like, you need to make a living, you need to make a life, and then that's it. But that was my journey. So I was lost at that time frame, and I'm still on my journey on an everlasting so-called awakening. But that's the thing. Everybody is on their own time. Everybody. There are no expectations. There need to be no judgment on people unless you want to do that. But it's extra. It's fluffing your own feathers, really, once you go into that space. That's why I don't like using terms like woke or awake and shit like that, because it's firm. It's a stop. It's, I'm awake. I'm done. I don't have anything else to do. I'm woke. It's a stop sign. But if you are on an everlasting journey that will never stop, it'll surpass even this experience, then that actually empowers you and everybody around you to see this as a journey rather than looking for a destination. See, the new age is about like a destination, because they can commercialize, they can monetize a commercial. They can sell you the secret. They can put it on something and say, oh, this is the law of attraction, and the universe is all connected, and we're all spirit, we're all one, and you can just think you can think a Lamborghini into your life. You can law of attract your loved one. It's like, if you're law of attracting a loved one from a bag of shit perspective, you're gonna attract a bag of shit loved one. Especially if you're using the law of attraction to get a fucking Ferrari. That's what The Secret is about. If you watch The Secret, you can see how that was actually my when I watched The Secret, whenever it first came out, that was my first clue that the new age was fucked. It was garbage. It was just the most dumb shit out there, if this is what it's all about. And it's being manipulated. It's an orchestrated movement. For what? I didn't know at that time what or how far it was going. But now, however many years later, it's easy to see what's all connected there. And this is what's going on. This is those channelers. They're all teaming up. They're coming out. The Cryon at the United Nations. You got Abraham Hicks at Oprah, on Oprah. You got what else? You got all these channelers doing different stuff, and they're connected with, you know, the different avenues, a secret space program, the alien agenda, the extraterrestrial agenda. It's all about control, deeper layer of control. And instead of distracting you like NASA does with Mars from looking into the heliocentric model, they'll distract you with Mars and SpaceX and going to the moon and robots and satellites and all that other shit. The New Age world, the New Age conditioning program is distracting with the idea, the synthetic soul. So, and the synthetic soul information. So you have these extraterrestrial so-called star beings who are your creators, your family, who you really are in this oneness universe, never even looking into the heliocentric model, because you envision the universe as these channelers and all these other new age people put it out there for you to think as. And if you can just meditate and use the law of attraction and wear crystals and watch this documentary and do all this other, and stay away from low vibration, stay away from low energy, that's not for you. It's about raising the vibration of consciousness so that we can all prosper and attract what it is that is of our highest good, and whatever the hell else they want you to be distracted by. Meanwhile, they're profiting off of your ass. They're maintaining control and expanding the colonial separation and control grid, maintaining dominance over the masses. And like I said, in reference, I don't even think I actually said it. I got off on a tangent about Alan Watts when he said, I keep forgetting what he said. He said something to the extent of, these people are on their journey, and like, hey, congratulations. That's what he said. Congratulations on being so far out. Like, that's how he sees or saw, you know, people who are deep off into whatever, politics or whatever it is, that world, that self-destructive world. They are far out, literally. And you can never be so far from yourself that you are completely separated. But in order to have an experience, you can be far out. And like when I joined the military, I was far out. But this is that journey when you come back to yourself and you're on that constant journey. So it's not something wrong. It's actually the design of the system. Like, when you're born, you don't have any real memories or deep connection to like all of your experiences. Like you eventually lose your dreams because you buy into the physical reality. Like this is what this whole system is about. Like the conscious realm, the density realm is about separation. Like, you have the illusion of being separated with your soul being inside the body. So you have the illusion of being a being. The illusion of being a being. When you really are just kind of like a direct reflection of the Most High, just in a different kind of song, a different kind of harmonic. Everybody is, and some people are out of tune, and this system is designed to keep people out of tune, out of frequency, out of their harmonics, because you can't make a profit off of harmony. Like, you can only make a profit off of disharmony, the order out of chaos. That's how you can maintain kings, artificial kings and artificial gods within a box reality. So they spruce it up with all this sugar-coated poison. And the New Age mentality, the Oprah network, these channelers and all this ancient alien secret space program disclosure, all that shit is sugar-coated poison. Because obviously with disclosure, you are giving your power away to the system that enslaved you and mind controlled you to begin with. So if you are waiting for them to disclose any information to you, you think it's going to be for your benefit? No. It's going to be to enslave your ass even further. And this is what the secret space program, UFO, alien, extraterrestrial, new age agenda is about. This is why they put Ancient Aliens out there and David Wilcock on there and have him directly connected with Corey Goode and the Secret Space Program and all that other far out shit, to have you from a lighter love and light perspective, so you can love it and accept it into your reality. Why? Because you haven't experienced anything other than destruction, anything other than destruction in the past. So this is going to be welcomed with open arms. And they need to use their mainstream channelers like Oprah, Rosario Dawson with TYT, Shailene Woodley, all these Hollywood actors with TYT to team up with Bernie Sanders. And then you have Alex Jones teaming up with Donald Trump to make you believe that this system, if it changes at all, it'll be for your benefit. These are all pals. They're all buddies. They don't give a shit about you. And if they do, and they're still engaging in that, it's because they don't know how deep that rabbit hole goes, and it continually goes. So either they are aware of it and they're following through with it, or they're ignorant and they're still following through with it because they just don't know. Either way, it's fucking dangerous. So that's the perspective I pretty much took on the channelers. These channelers are garbage overall. If they're bringing that energy and information in, and it has a limitation, as extreme as it is, and it has a limitation, and it's being adopted by the control grid, like the Oprah, like the United Nations with Cryon, it's the same shit. But like I said, you know, or like Alan Watts said, congratulations on being so far out. But people aren't going to be accepting that sugar-coated shit anymore. It's over. People are being seen. They're being seen for what it is. The system is being seen for what it is, and it's done. So this is why I make largely why I make these videos, is because yes, I do understand that everybody is on their journey. And everybody is going to go through whatever it is that they choose to go through based upon this experience and the level of consciousness that we are collectively and individually. At the same time, I am also aware of a system, like other people are aware of a system that profits off of that destructive nature, that profits off of war, the military-industrial complex, the prison, locking people up, keeping people away from their history, keeping people like before, like even the term African American, that's dangerous. That's fucking dangerous. The terms black and white, this shit is dangerous, and it's so dangerous because it's welcomed openly. Like, feel the essence, the power, the empowered space of realizing that before we were African American, we were Aboriginal Americans. So that slave shit, that slave ship bullshit story, the roots, the slave programming that they put in all these Hollywood movies, that paints a different origin of who and what you are. And just like they repeat all these patterns, like they do with the Bill Cosby, they keep making jokes about Bill Cosby and that whole thing, never even going into like the story behind the story of him. I forget who he was going to team up with. He was going to buy like a big network. He was going to buy like ABC, some kind of big network. And then that's when they dropped all that that rape shit on. And then the thing is, like, I don't know whether he did or didn't do any of that stuff. That's not any of my business. But the point is, in reference to this, is that there is a definite reason why an individual like that and what he represents in the community that gets beat down and amplified over and over and over again. They keep making these Bill Cosby jokes. It's a thing. It's a definite thing. And I know people hear what I'm talking about because they hear it like over and over. It's like they're trying to keep it alive. And that's the thing. They're not only trying to keep that alive, but they're trying to keep people down just as much as they put mug shots of young men, black men who were shot by the police officers. They put their mug shots or some kind of like fucked up looking, like evil, violent looking picture of their face. They put their face on television to desensitize you, to make you say, oh, well, it's okay. It's okay they got shot. It's no different than the legalization of slavery and lynching not that long ago. It's the same program. It just shifted from the physical warfare to an obvious psychological warfare. And now with this Oprah, Abraham Hicks, Bashar, New Age shit, Cryon at the United Nations shit, they are openly shifting into a spiritual warfare. That system is engaged and it's obvious. So there's always these two worlds. There's the world of everybody's on their journey at the same time. There's this world of control and separation. That is the parasitic consciousness that is sucking the humanity out of humanity and downgrading everybody into this animalistic consciousness with a parasitic flavor. So this is why you're so focused. So everything is so sexualized. Everything is about disconnecting from nature, and any kind of connection to nature that you have is only about sex and the basic human connections that we all have on a physical level at best. And that stuff just gets manipulated over and over and over again in our reality, and that creates a separation between you and your soul. So in that separation, that's where the parasite can go in there and create a world from the inside out, inside of you. That's the parasitic world. So if we don't mention that this stuff is happening and how it works, then it'll just keep expanding. And they expand it with all kinds of, with like the trending pages of Yahoo News and the Yahoo homepage and all this garbage. ESPN making you celebrities talking about they make dumb powerful. They make This is why the Keeping Up with the Kardashians was all out there. They make like these empty people. This is why athletes are paid millions and millions of dollars, because that's literally like channeling has on the effect of the people. It keeps the level of consciousness at a jock mentality. And then you have Hollywood that keeps the human level of consciousness at the cheerleader mentality. Adolescent high school mentality. Never getting into the most high school. Your true humanity. Stuck in the artificial high school. Seth Meyers, his fucking, quips and his childish style and wit and all this stuff, and he's intelligent in a way and then speaks like you believe all this stuff. It's about sucking your focus into that world. This is why, just like when they were talking all that shit about Bill Cosby, this is the same thing. It's about focusing energy on Trump. So one energy is to keep people down. Another energy is to bring people up. And they brought people up all the way up until he's now the president. Going to be the president of the United States. So they keep energy, they keep consciousness down. And they manipulate it with people, celebrities that they put out in their face. Like these television shows, like The View. Whatever they focus on is affecting millions and millions and millions of people's consciousness and focus of energy, thinking that that's how you should think, that's how you should raise your children, that's what you should focus on. No different than the heliocentric model. All these people are globe heads and university heads and political slaves to the slave mind. All this fighting, boxing, UFC, even now celebrities fighting. They have to make it more entertaining for you because nobody gives a shit about these celebrities anymore. This is why they have to make it so weird. Now they have to fight. They have to fight. Let's start a fight. Let's televise it. Nobody's listening to these people anymore because everybody knows they're full of shit. This is why you have Joe Rogan out there to play all the sides. Like he's a celebrity and kind of smart, and he talks about stuff, and then he just kind of it's just like channeling. Like channeling tells you all that information, but they won't tell you that little bit of information that is actually the most crucial thing. Same thing Joe Rogan does. Same thing these activists do when they get involved in politics. These activists get in your face and tell you, we need to vote for Bernie Sanders, we need to vote for Hillary, we need to vote for Donald Trump, we need to do all that other stupid shit. It's to maintain control. It's garbage. So in one light, everybody is on their journey and they'll get all of it on their own. In another light, we are all working together, and there is this synthetic parasitic consciousness that is working to expand itself. And I don't really see it that there needs to be some kind of like catastrophic sort of event. See, that actually benefits the system. This catastrophe, this chaos, all that other stuff, it benefits the system. I don't think that we need a catastrophic event for the level of consciousness to actually shift and for us to activate something real, natural from the ground up, removing this parasite from the system. But this is another reason why everybody's so focused, and you have these conspiracy channels and all this other shit, and they only focus on that garbage, just like Alex Jones only focus on, like, even in the new age they focus on the cabal and disclosure and all that other shit that gives the power to the system and doesn't focus on, which is the intention, to not focus on the inherent power of the people. So when you see that as the point, then we don't need a catastrophic event. Like even for me, like personally, I didn't need a catastrophic event to realize that, what was going on and start to go into deeper layers of understanding myself and the story overall, it just naturally happened. But you know, everybody's different, so this is why the so-called conspiracy world and the Illuminati world, all that stuff, is focusing on all this, like the people behind the veil and the satanic Illuminati and all this Pizzagate stuff, is so you can focus on that catastrophic energy and engage in that energy from a reactive perspective, instead of approaching that realization with a level head, with a level consciousness. See, when you can't, man, I need to get some food. This video's gone on long enough. My stomach's still beat. You need to eat. Alright, so anyway, I just wanted to say that basically everything that I said, and we don't need a catastrophic event. Everybody's on their journey. Look out for, or keep an eye out on, this new age world. And if you make videos, please make some other videos that are seeing this from different perspectives, and so it'll help people, because people are walking into another trap. The new age commercial world, like the Oprah spiritual world, it's a parasite. Just like a lot of these channelers, I'm in the high 90th percentiles that channeling is like the mouthpiece for this parasite. Like I said in previous videos, they can't just sell you a bag of shit forever. They have to give you a little something. You have to get a little something to keep you coming back, to keep you being enslaved. So this is what these fake gurus do when they try to take advantage of their followers, and this is what channelers are doing overall when they share this information. It's it might seem great now and feel great now, but if we don't take a bigger perspective on what's going on, see, people can understand the information of channelers. They might even be able to understand that information. But when you start to realize the bigger pictures, then you start overstanding the scenario, and that's where this new age channeling garbage doesn't really fit in the grander scheme of things. And in fact, it fits in the counterproductive scheme of things when you really, it makes more sense to me, and other people too. They're seeing it too. So yeah, that's pretty much what I had for this video. I just wanted to share that that connection of Abraham Hicks with Oprah and the channeling world and The Secret and all that garbage, and yeah, and then everything else that's connected to that world. So thank you for joining me, and until next time, from all my relations, peace, love, and harmony.